Benvenuti al Piacere della lettura, oggi con noi Lily King. Benvenuta.
Thank you, it's really wonderful to be here.
Il libro di cui parleremo oggi è Cuore, l'innamorato, edito da Fazi. Cuore l'innamorato è un romanzo che si muove su due registri intrecciati, la cronaca di una formazione sentimentale e l'indagine più ampia su come l'amore possa diventare insieme forza vitale e macchina di potere, capace di generare tenerezza ma anche controllo, colpa e rimozione. Il titolo Cuore l'innamorato pone subito al centro l'amore. Qual è stata la scintilla che ha dato il via al romanzo? E puoi parlarci di Jordan, Sam e Yash?
I first got the idea when I was writing another novel. It was the summer of 2022, and I was writing a murder mystery, a political murder mystery, and it was going along fine, and then I just hit a brick wall, and I couldn't figure out how to move forward. And right at that same time, my friend Ann Patchett sent me her novel, Tom Lake. And I started reading that, and I got to about page 6, and I thought to myself, she's having so much fun, and I am having no fun. How do I have fun? And I just flipped to the back of my notebook that I was writing the political murder mystery, and I wrote the first scene of this book in the classroom with Jordan, Yash, and Sam. And that was just how it began.
Che cosa ti interessava affrontare di più? L'innamoramento come destino o come costruzione narrativa di una vita che i personaggi impongono a loro stessi?
I don't think that I necessarily believe that there's one person for one person and that your destiny is to find that one person. I think in our lives we find many people that we love, and we love them for a while, and then we might love them in a different way. And then I think that we evolve and we open up to different things in our lives as we grow. And I do think of it. We stumble on things, we search for things, but I don't really think of love as fate.
Yash, Sam e Jordan formano per un lungo tratto un triangolo morale prima ancora che amoroso. Quanto era importante per te scrivere un libro sull'etica dell'amore, non solo sulla sua emozione?
Yeah, it's a great question. I do think because they had such strong moral values, and they had different moral values, but they did adhere to sort of a code among men that the Western canon, kind of embodies. And I think they very much believed in that. And so to take another man's girl, or woman is against the code. And so they all have to struggle with that. And I was interested in that. These weren't people who were going to treat each other badly and not care about it. And they would do things very carefully, and they would try to be moral, but in so many instances, their emotions got in the way of doing the most moral thing. I mean, Sam was very religious. He followed, he tried to follow a certain belief system, and yet many times he violated his own code because of his emotions. I mean, even in his behavior to her, he was both adhering to his religious beliefs, but he wasn't being nice, And I think that's always an interesting situation for a novelist to put characters in conflict with themselves.
Desiderio e disciplina sono spesso in contrapposizione. Come hai lavorato sulla linea sottile tra scelta e condizionamento?
These characters keep on having to make choices between their impulses and, kind of being more in control of what they do. And it's hard to talk about because I don't want to give any spoilers, but there is a moment toward the end of the first part in which Jordan has something that she should tell Yash that has happened, and he should know. And yet, I think there's a part of her that wants to tell him, but there's this emotion in her, and that just, she's so angry and hurt by what's happened that she sort of imposes a discipline on herself that she doesn't ordinarily have. Normally she would like to tell him these things, but she just, in this situation, she imposes a discipline on herself to not tell him. And it has, large consequences for their relationship and their future and really the rest of their lives.
C'è un momento in cui il romanzo sembra dire: non è l'amore a essere fragile, sono le persone che si mettono in mezzo. È così?
I think so. I think that people are scared of love, and I think that they feel that love weakens them. But love isn't weak. I mean, love is very strong if we let it. If we let ourselves really feel it, and we tear down our defenses, and we really love each other in the various ways that we are able to, I think that love is incredibly strong and is really the emotion that will save us, save our humanity if we allow it to exist.
I ragazzi del romanzo hanno una relazione complicata con la propria famiglia. Come mai hai voluto inserire la famiglia come gabbia da cui è difficile uscire?
We all come from houses, apartments, living situations with our family. We come into this world, if we're lucky, with a family, and then we leave. And I feel like these three characters, they're in university, they've left their houses for 3.5 years, but I do have Jordan go back both with Sam to his house and with Yash to his house, and so we see the environment in which they grew up. And Sam grew up as the oldest son. He was sort of worshipped. He's very important. He comes back and it seems like the governor has come to lunch. Whereas Yash, his father kind of dismisses him, doesn't respect anything that he's good at. And his mother is a little, just a little checked out, a little preoccupied with her life, and loves him, but loves him in a way that he doesn't like. And so I feel that they did escape their families. And I feel that their families had big effects on them. But then they found each other, and they found this house at this university where they live, and they really Sam and Yash become their family. And then, as we see moving forward, that continues. I mean, that Sam really is Yash's family. And that kind of becomes a problem at some point. But I do feel what I was trying to do was show the different ways, the different places that people come from when they go to university from a family. And you think they're all the same. Oh, they can go to university, they're of a certain socioeconomic class. They have a lot of things in common. They study literature. But in fact, they're coming from different countries with different cultures in their own family, and then they're trying to be in relationships and in relation to each other, and that can be difficult.
Nel romanzo c'è molta cultura e letteratura dentro il libro, quindi dentro la letteratura, Bacon, classici, discussioni su tragedie. Perché hai reso la cultura e la letteratura protagoniste del romanzo?
I was really interested in making literature a language that they spoke, that connected them, that brought them together initially, their passion for it, and then they can start to sort of play with it, and it just becomes a place where they can play and frolic, and they understand each other. I think, it kind of represents in some ways when you find someone who loves books, you feel like you find a subset of people who really understand you, and you can speak sort of a different language. It's what I know, and so it's part of my life, and when I have characters who read, it's impossible for me not to talk about what they're reading and what they're talking about in terms of their reading and their love of literature. So I like reading about books within books, and I like writing about it too. I just do.
In conclusione, l'amore salva o l'amore possiede?
Does love save you or does it possess you? I think it does both. I just think it does both and sometimes at the same time.
C'è qualche altra cosa che vorresti dire ai lettori italiani che non ti ho chiesto?
I guess just thank you so much for reading my book and being enthusiastic about my work. My visit here has been so special and I've met so many of you and I am just so grateful for your readership and your understanding of what I'm trying to do in my books.
Oggi al piacere della lettura abbiamo parlato di Cuore, l'innamorato, edito da Fazi. E tu, Lili, quale libro consiglieresti per il piacere della lettura?
One of my very favorite books is either To the Lighthouse or Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf.
Grazie mille.
Thank you.